So thank you for coming to my Editing Made Easy 3-day intensive. I've explained that the 3 days is going to be over 3 days of delivery session, and we'll be doing some coaching sessions in between. And I'll see kind of what days might be good for you, and I'll see how everybody is doing. There's not a lot of work to do. I mean, between sessions, it's really just kind of getting into a mindset and what you need to do to get to the next level and establish our foundation. So, and I promise that we will get into some really cool editing stuff and things how to, walk through text and play with text and remove the background and put yourself in any sort of situation. It'll be really exciting to show all of those techniques and everything. But I think the biggest part is to get you noticed, get your audience to actually stop the scroll on you, and then finger punch your face so they follow you, get to know you, trust you, and the rest goes from there. So I'm just going to go through a little bit about my backstory that I have here. In 30 years, I've been exhausted working for corporate. I've also worked for a mom and pop. I've been in mostly the swimming pool industry, also the automotive service, working for places like Firestone Complete Auto Care and Napa Auto Parts. So I'm used to working a 6-day work week, anywhere from 10 to 12 hours plus a day. And I did it for many, many years. With a family, it was tough. Kids, it was tough. The last 8 years, I would wake up before they woke up, and I would come back from work and I would be home sometimes after they even got in bed. So I missed out on holidays. I missed out on birthdays. Well, parts of the birthdays. I usually was there for every single birthday, but I have learned a lot since then. But on top of that, I have battled, some of you know, narcolepsy. I have been through depression. I've had anxiety. I had tried to numb it all with alcohol and drugs. I started drinking alcohol when I was 12 years old. My father was an alcoholic. My two sisters, my brother, my grandparents, list goes on and on. So I was against all odds to start with. So I tried to numb all that, got through it. I'm now sober 11 years and 1 month. And I don't say that for congratulations to me. I say that because there are some of us out there that are in bad spots. And you never know when talking to somebody what kind of situation that they're in. When you are texting or commenting with somebody, they might seem angry or bitter. You don't know what's going on behind that. So always remember that and be sensitive to another human being. They may not reciprocate it, but that's okay because you're a better person for doing it. So, got my life back together. I got with my now wife. I inherited 3 kids from her. I have one of my own already. Me and her have one together. I started my grind at my new corporate job, and after 3 years, I was the best employee ever. But the market slipped, and now you're all to blame. So now I'm going to put all this pressure on you, and you're going to work all the hours, and you're going to like it. And you might get a bonus if you do good enough. If not, and you just get paid what everyone else gets paid. So I said, you know what? I know I was meant for better. There's got to be a better way. And I'm just going to find something else. So I looked into marketing. So May of 2022, I hit my breaking point. I was burnt out. I jumped in. Wasn't quite what I thought, but I kept at it. So by November of 2022, I started posting on social media. I did my very first video. I was nervous as hell. It took me 2 months to write a script and about 4 hours to deliver it to the camera after about 78 takes. And then once I had the video, I said, oh, I have to do captions, and I have no clue what I'm doing. I had no idea. I was in TikTok editor, no idea. But it took me 2 months because because I was nervous. I had that fear of, oh my God, I'm going to be out there in front of the world. And what are they going to say? What am I going to get comments? What's going to happen? And over time, you realize that you actually have a fear of, what if I'm successful? What if this works out? And what if people start looking to me? That's really going to hold me accountable. And then I really have to show up. So these are all things that we go through. And I want to start off each session with a mindset, because without the proper mindset, both Jerry and Dean, both of you have been with me for a while. And you know that there are times I'm like, I'm I'm done. I'm kind of tapping out, you know, and I might give it a couple weeks and I'd be back and I'd be fired up. And the great thing is when you find your desire, when you find your passion, what you really want, you're excited about it every day. So even those hard parts, you'll do what it takes to make it easier. You'll back off a little bit, spend a little bit less time doing what you're doing just to be happy and make it work. So again, I say that because there may be some more beginners out there. I know what it's like to be busy. I still work full time. I have 5 kids, 4 in the house, as young as 8 years old, 3 dogs, a guinea pig, and one of those Japanese fighting fish. So, that one's a lot of work, I tell you. But after a while, I realized that creating videos is what I liked. It wasn't a work to do that. I had people start reaching out to me saying, hey, you're pretty good at that. How much would you charge if you edited my video? And then I got another one. And then all my comments weren't about affiliate marketing and how to make money online. They were about, hey, how do you do those captions? How did you do that transition? You know what? You're really good to watch on film because I can really connect with you. So I started noticing that I have this natural ability on camera, and I dove into it. So I dove into almost every program that you probably seen online on Facebook and TikTok, and I've been through it. I've completed them. I'm done. Still have tons of work to do. But because I invested all that, I want to share with others because I know the struggle that I went through. So that's exactly why I'm teaching you the editing made easy as an intensive. So, also, I wanted to just have something quick. I know with you guys here, if you just put in the chat whereabouts you are coming from, what state, what country, where you are. Always excited to see where people are coming from. Awesome. I know some of you aren't very far away. All right, wanted to give a shout out to Lauren as well. Now, she may not be here, but she's got her her meeting note, taking notes. So that's awesome. And I know a couple others have appointments, so they will be here at some point. Again, if you've seen my content to promote the Editing Made Easy Intensive, it's about creating a repeatable system in which you plan, you film, and you execute. So some of this will seem like a bit intimidating at first, but I promise that it may seem like more work to begin with, but it will save you time in the long run. And then once we get into the editing part, it'll seem a bit difficult as well, but at the same time, it will get easier. And with editing, with practice, it does get easier. So with all that being said, I'm ready to jump in.